they'll tell the world that they're innocent, that they're being framed, that the ex-wife this, that the other girlfriend that you're this and that you're that. Nice try, sucker. No one's gonna believe your bullshit. Time's running out. You're going down, loser. Remember that. Welcome back, warriors, to a very special episode of Psychopath Exposure. My name is Kira, and many of you for months now have been asking me to focus on psychopaths, unhinged psychopaths with criminal records, domestic violence charges on them, like these nutcases that ultimately end up in jail and they get put away for a very, very long time. So I have been making efforts to put out more content on that because I know that situations like that are not, I mean, they're common, but they're not as common as the typical relationship, narcissistic, love bomb, devalue, discard that messes with our psyche pretty intensely. But once you cross over into the territory of domestic violence and abuse and burglary and all sorts of stalking, cyberstalking, threats, things like that, it escalates the trauma, it escalates the level of PTSD that one may suffer at the expense of these deranged scumbags. And I find it very important to note that there always is a solution. There's always a way out of whatever problems or challenges or traumatic situations life has given you. There always is. But it's difficult to find that silver lining in the mists of a storm. It's difficult to find it when you've been attacked and abused over and over and over again for years. And the patterns have been the same. They've obviously have progressively gotten worse over time. Maybe you've gotten older, you don't have as many friends and family like you once did. The cards that you were dealt with were unfair from the start. There's so many nuances to this. So many. And it gets to a point that it feels like this nightmare is going to be forever. When you're in the midst of the storm, everything that you're going through feels like it's going to be forever. Everything. Any uncomfortable situation that has a way to trigger some sort of traumatic response, some sort of PTSD response, an anxiety, a panic attack, things like that. Anything that manages to trigger that feels like it's going to last forever. You have to remember that everything in life is temporary. Everything passes. The pendulum always swings around. Okay? And I forgot exactly what the quote is, but it's darkest before dawn. Is that how it is? I swear if it's not that, when I go back in this video, I'm gonna get upset. But you guys can correct me if I got it wrong. But it's always darkest before the dawn. And yes, we're running with that. So, having said that, that means that at some point, the sun is gonna come out. Because let me tell you, the sun always comes out. The sun will always rise and will always set. The sun doesn't care whether you like the heat, whether you like the light. It doesn't care. It just happens. And if you want to take this a step deeper, it's really the earth that's revolving around the sun. So really, it's kind of like, what do you do with the situation that's going to happen? The sun is there. It's at the center, right? It's at the center of the galaxy. What are you going to do with the situation that presents itself? If you do nothing, you know, people say if you do nothing, then nothing's going to change. No, let me tell you, if you do nothing, something does happen. Things get worse. You fall behind. If you're not constantly doing something to move forward, you will fall behind. Let's get this straight. You're not going to stay where you are. It may appear to you. It may appear to you that you're not moving, but let me tell you, life moves forward. Time moves forward. So if life and time is moving forward and you're standing still, you're not really standing still. If you pull back and you record that, or if you put that on film, it really looks like you're sliding backwards. It's really what it looks like. So keep that in mind whenever you're in the midst of a really, really traumatizing, anxiety-inducing situation. And remember, this too shall pass. It may not be right now, may not be right away, but you will catch your breath again. Your heart rate will slow down eventually. It will stop and it will change. But you have to find that courage to do something. You have to do something, and you have to do something every day. Multiple things. It's not just taking a little bit of action and complaining when things don't improve right away. That's not how it works. It's very easy to destroy, but it's hard to create. It's hard to overcome obstacles. It's hard to overcome challenges, but the reward is incredible. The amount of dopamine, serotonin release that you guys are going to experience when this nightmare is finally over is going to be legendary, let me tell you. Okay, in my journey, along my journey, I have been through so much shit. And so have you. We all have. Go back in time and remember some of the most difficult experiences that you had and how that felt like the end of the world. Now, granted, what you're going through now with this psychopathic, narcissistic, stalker, felon is next level shit, right? But this too shall pass. You will conquer this, but you have to accept the challenge. So I wanted to read not one, but 3 comments, okay? Because I think they're very, very important. And I want to break them down and analyze them for you. The first one comes from Ann Crosby. And Ann goes, "This is scary shit. He stalked his exes, beat up her new partner. I was left for dead, and he just laughed and took off." Well, there's no periods here, proper punctuation, so I'm sorry. I'm going to try to make the best of this. He just laughed and took off. The smear campaign, it continues to this day. He threatened to come down to my house and take me out. I got cameras installed outside my house. My house. Blocked him completely on all social media. He is crazy, an alcoholic, taking drugs. And I heard all the bullshit future faking. He left me broken, ill, and CPDSD. I think there's a T missing in there. I am in therapy, and his ex-wife did not make it. I hope he gets what's coming to him. An old narcissist winging on his own, and he is still going around driving, and he is banned for 3 years and fined thousands of dollars for drunk driving. Does not care about what damage he could have caused. Never again. The trauma bond is broken now. Thankfully. Thank you. I know the science now. And that's wonderful, Anne. I'm happy to hear that you finally broke that trauma bond. As you can see, once a lot of these predators, they're on drugs, they're on alcohol, they're on cocaine. Let me say that again. They're on cocaine. They're on meth. It comes out on the random drug tests. These criminals, these thugs, these psychopathic felons, they have to take random drug and alcohol tests. It's part of their probation. And they fail it, and it comes out in their blood system. They try to hide it, they try to deny it, but the facts are the facts. You're witnessing it right now. You know what he's doing. He's been fined. He's got all this baggage following him around. And he just doesn't stop because he is deranged. He is deranged, and there's things that you have to do. There's measures you have to take, and you're taking some of them with the cameras, but you have to use that footage. You have to file the police reports time and time again and build a case and trap these fuckers because they're so stupid that they walk right into the traps. Eventually, they get locked up. You have to trust in the process. You have to do some things. Believe me, I've been through a lot of this shit. I've helped a lot of people with this shit. So I read comments like this and it's like, God damn it. You know, it really sucks because it's not only you, but it was the ex-wife too. And you say she didn't make it. I hope you're not implying that she croaked. You know, because that really sucks. But it's, I mean, holy crap. That's enough evidence right there. Why didn't she make it? Can you use that in court against them? Like these are things that, you know, with a proper attorney, with a proper case, with a proper report, with a proper research, with a proper documentation and procedure, this guy is going down. All right, this guy's going down. So don't let anyone tell you that there's nothing that you can do because that's not true. I'll come back to this, but I want to read the other comments. This one's from Bella. She said, love the scary music. This man is deranged for sure. He wants to hurt me. Dragged us out 18 months. Order of protection and a sheriff at his door 4 times. He wants to kill me. Withheld sex for years. Moved 2 states away. Following me on Google and LinkedIn. I have blocked him on everything, but he finds a way. Look out. These psychopaths are insane. Yes, they are. Do not let anyone fool you. Do not let anyone gaslight you. When you try to tell some of your friends about this situation and they downplay it and they patronize you, they just don't get it. Pull up the reports. Pull up the reports. Show them. Show them where they've been. Show them the criminal records. Show them. Do not be afraid. Pull them up. Show them. Because if you just say stuff, you know how your friends don't understand this shit. They're going to just blow you off. They're going to think you're crazy. No, show them. The friends that are important, the ones that matter, the ones closest to you, show them, look, this is what's going on. Here it is, here it is, here it is. I promise you, they're going to be like, what the fuck? Holy shit. It happens all the time. But you need to have the proof. You need to have the evidence, and the evidence is there. You just got to know where to find it. You got to know where to look, right? Look, there's an order of protection. The sheriff shows up. These psychopathic scumbags don't give a fuck about the law. They think they're above the law. They get so psychotically obsessed with you that they fail to realize the hole that they've dug for themselves. They have a way to believe their own bullshit. You know how we talk about how the narcissist, how the delusional the narcissist is, how they believe their own bullshit? The unhinged, obsessive compulsive, psychopathic, sociopathic, motherfucking scumbag, criminal, thug, felon, coke addict, those fucking losers, those fucking cowards, right, will believe their own bullshit. They'll tell the world that they're innocent, that they're being framed, that the ex-wife this, that the other girlfriend that you're this and that you're that. Nice try, sucker. No one's gonna believe your bullshit. Time's running out. You're going down, loser. Remember that. Remember that. You have to follow up on this order of protection. If he follows you on Google and LinkedIn and he texts you and he messages you, that's a violation of a restraining order. That's a violation of a no contact order. You report that immediately, and now there's going to be a warrant out for their arrest. They're going to come get them. It may not be right away, but they're going to get them. If they get pulled over at a red light, traffic stop or whatever, they get pulled over for whatever reason, that's going to come up and they're instantly going to jail. You have to take action, guys. Do not be afraid of talking to the police. And if one cop sucks and doesn't help you, go talk to another one. Go talk to another one. Go talk to another one. I've talked to so many police officers in the course of my life. Some have been complete jerks. It's true. Some are just doing a job, and you can tell that they're not trying to get invested. They don't want to get involved. They just want to sit tight and not get their hands dirty. I understand. Some are pure role models and go above and beyond to help you, to explain things, to follow up on things. You just got to find the right one, and just go to a different jurisdiction, go to a different city, go to a different part of town. Sometimes you need to talk to a police officer in another city, even though it's not the same jurisdiction as where your psychopath stalker is doing their evil deeds. But you find someone in another area that's willing to go above and beyond and explain things to you. Now you get the knowledge, you get the wisdom. Now you know how to handle things a little bit better. Maybe the cops that you're speaking with in your town don't really care, or they're not able to explain things properly. Talk to another one. Talk to a woman cop. Talk to a man cop. Talk to an older cop. Talk to a younger cop. Talk to a security guard. Talk. Don't be afraid to speak with people and ask for help. I know it feels that the majority of people in the world now are just evil, and it's hard to find good people. It's like, finding a needle in a haystack. But that's not true. That's not true. It's just the selective focus. After you go through a psychotic, traumatizing situation like this, your selective focus is skewed, right? It's addicted to finding more wicked shit. It feels like everyone's out to get you, all right? But that's not true. That's not true. And as I say that, remember, the psychopath is super paranoid, especially the dumb fucks that keep stalking you after they have a court order that says stop. The dumbasses that commit other crimes while on pretrial probation release. The dumbasses that have multiple charges on them, that they have no way in hell of beating this, and they continue doing shit. Those stupid lowlives, right? A menace to society, the scourge of the planet. Those psychopaths, there's just no respect there for them. Where's the level of intelligence that psychopaths supposedly have? Like someone like Dexter. You've seen that show? The guy's a genius, right? That's why they romanticize that shit on Netflix. They romanticize that shit on television and in Hollywood. But these are like the dumbest. They are such idiots. And they bury themselves in these holes. But if you don't do what you have to do to ensure that they get what's coming to them, then they're going to keep getting away with it. And they're going to keep bullying you because they think that you're afraid. But they're cowards. They're cowards. That's why they're doing that shit to you, right? They don't mess with certain people. They mess with who they feel is a prey, a victim, right? They're not even going to notice, right? They're not even going to notice when the police is knocking on their door, right? And they're not even going to notice, like, holy shit, like, I could have avoided this. This whole thing is unnecessary. They don't notice that. All they notice is their fucking crazy obsession that they have with you and following you and stalking you and making your life a living hell. That's all they're focusing on. They got all this other shit going on that it's just a matter of time until the fucking floor just opens up and they just fall straight down to hell. They managed to put that shit, they compartmentalize this shit, they put that shit behind them. They keep doing stupid shit. That's why I call them deranged psychopaths, deranged losers. You gotta be a loser. You gotta be so stupid to continue doing shit, criminal activity, after already having charges against you, an arrest. You got warrants out for your arrest and you're still being a dumbass. You gotta be stupid, like stupid. And this is what we're dealing with, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're dealing with. Call them out for exactly what they are. This is what we're dealing with. You're afraid of this? These people are, they self-destruct. You just got to do what you got to do. Quickly, when it's easy. Not 5 years later. Not 10 years later. Not a year later. If the moment you met your romantic psychopath, your romantic partner, and they had all this shit on them, and they fucking, they've got a domestic charge on them. They beat their fucking wife. They beat their girlfriend. They beat the mother of their child in front of their child. What are you doing still dating them? You see, that's the mistake. If that's not a red flag, I don't know what is. And you'd be surprised how many people I work with where this has happened to them verbatim. And it's the same story. It's like, Kira, I should have seen it all along. It was right there in front of me. It was right there. This guy had been arrested and had done time. This guy was in prison for 10 years. And I felt sorry for him. And I wanted to help him because he got out of prison. He had nobody. What? You thought he was some strong dude because he's been in prison? The strong father you never had, maybe? You wanted to get back at dad. Look, dad, I'm dating a thug. Ha, take that. Well, how did that work out for you? How can you fall in love for someone that did time? How can you fall in love with someone that beats up the mother of their child? How can you fall in love with someone that is a highly abusive, controlling, manipulative, scheming, deranged, drug addict loser? Go back to the beginning of the relationship and I bet you those red flags were always there. Now you look back and it's like, damn, right? But it's not too late. It's not too late to turn this around. See, that's the thing. It's not too late. I don't care if it's been 10, 20, 30 years. It's not too late. You can still get out. It feels like you can because you got so much time invested, so much sunk cost, so much trauma. But if you stay, you're only going to endure more. You're only going to endure more. You know? There's nothing better than hearing a judge order the incarceration of the defendant to be held with no bond. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know what that means? That means they're going to be held in jail 8, 9 months, God knows when, until their freaking trial. And then they got to face sentencing. But these dumbasses have other charges that they also have to face. So they're going to be in there for a very long time. But you have to make sure you do your due diligence. You have to do your part. If you're not filing the police reports, if you're not taking screenshots of the harassment, if you're not building a case, then you're never going to be able to prove it. Which leads me to my next comment here from Rebecca. Rebecca says, 1.5 years later, after the breakup, my ex is blocked in every way. I've taken him and his new girlfriend to court. and they paid off the judge and got out of criminal charges. Huh? Like how? I've been to the state police 5 times, filing complaints with no resolve. The police won't do nothing unless they threaten physical harm and you can prove it. I even played 3 threatening voicemails in court, and the judge said I had no proof. Harassment is now 10 times worse. I do not have any contact with him. He calls my job trying to get me fired, gives out my phone number to sites that blow me up, uses my social security number to sign up for bank loans, on and on and on. I don't know what to do at this point. You know, I'm sorry you're going through that, Rebecca. I really am. I mean, that sounds like a nightmare that I can't blame you if you feel that it's never going to end. But at the same time, you know, I don't know you. All I know is this comment. I don't have the context. I'm not there with you. I don't know. I'm not trying to be facetious here, but, you know, you guys go on Amazon and you read reviews on a product, for example, right? And you've got a ton of positive reviews, and you also have a ton of negative reviews, and you start reading them. You know, what do? We gravitate towards the negative reviews, the 1 stars, the 2 stars, right? And it's people like, oh, this doesn't work. This thing didn't work, and I tried this, and it just doesn't function right, and blah, 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 blah. So you're like, I shouldn't buy it. But take the time to read the positive reviews. And yes, it's true, a lot of them are paid. But again, there are a lot of real positive reviews. They go into detail, they explain, they have videos, they send you pictures. I've made reviews. I'm not getting paid, it's not a sponsorship. I've taken the time to put up reviews. Friends of mine have done that. They love doing that. They just love doing that. They're not getting paid. They just love it. Every time they buy a new piece of tech, now they're gonna film the video, they're gonna do a quick little unboxing, and they're gonna throw that shit on Amazon. There's people that do that, all right? So when you read these little comments on Amazon, they're like, oh, didn't work, this is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. You know, again, and Rebecca, I'm not picking on you. I'm just trying to say, you know, when you say things like the police don't do anything, the psychopath and his girlfriend paid off the judge. Look, I've studied law. I have friends that are attorneys. One of my best friends is a criminal defense lawyer. You can't just pay off a judge. That's a felony. Just trying to bribe a judge. If you try to bribe a judge, you get thrown in jail. Okay? I don't know what country you're from. I don't know what state you live in. I don't know the real situation, Rebecca, but I don't want the wrong information to get put out there. I don't believe that the judge was paid off. Is it possible? Anything is possible. All right? But can you prove that that's what happened? Or are you speculating because shit is so fucked up that the only way they could have gotten out is because they paid them? No, maybe they just had a really good criminal defense lawyer. Maybe you didn't have an attorney. Maybe you had a public defender. Maybe you didn't have the funds to afford a qualified attorney. I don't know. I'm speculating myself now too. But I want to give the community hope. I don't want people to think, oh, there's hope, there's nothing you can do. Bullshit. Bullshit. Because I've been through shit. I've helped people through shit. I've put people away. Not me, I'm not a fucking judge, but I'm saying I've done my due diligence. I've done it. I've seen it. It works. Does it work flawlessly? Of course not. I remember once I was going through some shit and I went and I told the cop, this is what's going on. The cop was like this. He looked at me and I'm telling him the situation. And he's like, oh, you got to call this number and tell him X, Y, Z. I was like, all right, cool. So I did that. And the person that picked up the phone was not very helpful. And I was like, well, God damn it. What the hell? So I called the next day, spoke to someone else. Totally different experience. Totally different experience. I mean, have you guys not had experiences, period, in your life where a customer service rep just sucks and they don't help you? And then you call again and they give you the runaround. And then maybe the third or fourth one that you call back, they're on the phone with you for an hour. They pull up all the records. They teach you. They fix things for you. I mean, that happens with the phone bill. right? With credit card companies, sometimes you have to call your credit card company and they're outsourcing their customer service and it's frustrating, but you get the right person, they help you. You just have to be persistent. You just have to be persistent. Again, I don't know what state you live in, but you obviously spoke to the wrong cop. Maybe you just didn't have the proper evidence. Did you ever consider that? Are you guys really getting legit evidence? Are you guys recording conversations? Are you making it known? Hey, I'm recording you. So if you keep speaking, that means you agree to the fact that I'm recording you. You're not secretly recording you. You're letting them know you're under surveillance. You're going to do something stupid, it's your ass, not mine. Are you taking photographs? Are you taking the proper screenshots? Are you filing the police report? Look, this person has been stalking me. They're parked outside my house. They're blocking my car. They keep knocking on my door. Here it is. Police files a report. Police files a report. File another report. The motherfucker shows up again. They get a fucking warning. File a report. They show up again because they're stupid. They get arrested. Wow, you're starting to win. You're starting to win, right? And again, these scumbags have multiple cases. Your case may not even be as bad as it is. As bad as it is, let me tell you, God knows what's going on with him and his girlfriend and his past that you don't even know about. That's what's scary, and you have to be able to dig up that past to know who you're dealing with, to know who you're letting inside your house, to know who you're actually considering to bring around your children. How could you, who in their right mind, knowing that they're dealing with a hostile, deranged, coke addicted, meth addicted, controlling, psychopathic, sociopathic with fucking psychosis? Who in their right mind would let someone like that around their kids? I wouldn't, and I most certainly know you wouldn't either. But if you don't know those things, then that's how we get scammed. You can't beat yourself up for being scammed by a psychopathic loser like these. You didn't know, but once you know, you know. And the playing field changes, baby. The playing field changes. And that's the beauty about all of this. This is your challenge. This is the game. Are you going to step up to the plate? Are you going to fight back? Are you going to take back control of your life? Or are you going to let the scum of the earth win easily? Because it doesn't take much effort to be a dumbass. Don't make it easy for them. Don't make it easy for them. Use what you know you can use. Properly educate yourself in the law, in the system. Get the right education. I have a coaching program, as you guys know. And sometimes we have to get into these topics. I don't give legal advice or anything like that, but these are life-altering situations and experiences that we go through. And I can help you guys set the traps that you need to get the proper evidence, to file the proper police reports, to get the proper injunctions and how to do it in the process so that you can nail these scumbags, because it's a matter of time before they go down. It's a matter of time. A lot of them right now, at this very moment. See, you're here worried about all this harassment and all these things that they're doing. A lot of them right now have outstanding warrants out for their arrest. Some of them with no bond. They're evading arrest right now. They're running. They're on the run. And when they get caught, their freedom is over. So I hope you guys got some value out of this video. I know it's a pretty dark video, but these are dark times. If you're going through a situation like this, do not hesitate to call the police, get yourself an attorney, get some legal advice, speak to multiple attorneys. Not every attorney is the same, just like not every police officer is the same. But you have to do something, and you have to do something now, not later. If you'd like to work with me directly, I have a coaching program, as I mentioned before. It's a private, one-on-one coaching program that we conduct over Zoom. If you'd like more information, see if we're a good fit for each other in details, click on the link below to visit my website, psychopathexposure.com/coaching. And we'll see if we can get together. And again, together, work through this nightmare. You can't do these things alone. No one can do these things alone. We need to find the right support system, and we have to use it. Find the support system that works for you and use it. Don't be like the scumbag psychopaths that they burn their bridges and they just get themselves into a deeper fucking hole. Don't be like those fools. Don't be stupid. Take advantage of the gifts and the opportunities that God provides for you. And things will change. And the pendulum will swing back around. And it's gonna knock those motherfuckers on their ass, let me tell you. So please share this video. Share the video. This information is crucial and it needs to land in the right ears. If you know anyone that's going through a situation like this is a real scary situation, please share the video. Show your friends. Show your friends so they can really understand how real this is. As always, drop a like on the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, you can drop a thumbs down too. It actually helps the algorithm. So thank you for the haters that don't like it. I really appreciate it. But seriously, if you're going through something like this, leave a comment below and share with us not only the dark side of it, but the steps that you've been taking, to improve your situation, to finally nail this motherfucker. Don't just share the horror stories, but also the success stories. Don't just vent and complain. Take ownership. Take some sort of accountability to do something to change so that you can come back here and say, hey, when I posted that video 6 months ago, I thought it was the end of the world, but this is what I did, and this is where I am now. And that's gonna inspire people. That's gonna give hope to those in the community that feel stuck and don't know where to go. All right? As usual, I love you guys and I wish you the best. I know it's December, we got the holidays, there's a lot of stuff going on, okay? There's stuff that we can do to make this an amazing holiday season. And remember, the psychopath predator is probably going to be spending the holidays by himself in a cell. Love you guys. This is Kira with Psychopath Exposure, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.